Sexual desire is shaped by a complex interplay of biological and psychological factors. Biologically, men tend to have higher baseline levels of testosterone, a hormone strongly associated with libido, which can contribute to a more consistent or frequent desire for sex. Women, on the other hand, experience fluctuations in desire due to hormonal cycles, such as those during ovulation or menstruation, which can enhance or diminish interest in intimacy. Additionally, women's sexual desire is often more closely tied to emotional connection and relationship satisfaction, highlighting the role of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in fostering intimacy. Psychologically, societal norms and personal experiences play a significant role in shaping how desire is expressed and perceived. Traditional gender roles have historically reinforced the idea that men are always eager for sex, while women are expected to be more passive or reserved. These stereotypes can create unrealistic expectations and misunderstandings in relationships. Personal experiences, such as past trauma or relationship dynamics, further influence an individual's comfort and willingness to engage sexually. Understanding these biological and psychological foundations is crucial for fostering empathy and communication between partners. Recognizing that desire is not one size fits all, and that it can be influenced by hormones, emotions, and social conditioning, helps couples navigate differences with patience and mutual respect. By acknowledging these factors, partners can work toward a more harmonious and fulfilling sexual relationship. One of the most pervasive myths about sexual desire is the belief that men universally have a higher libido than women. This assumption ignores the wide spectrum of individual differences and the complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. Scientific research shows that while testosterone levels in men often correlate with higher sexual desire, women's desire is more fluid, influenced by hormonal fluctuations, emotional intimacy, and relational dynamics. Stereotypes that paint men as perpetually eager and women as disinterested oversimplify reality and can create unrealistic expectations in relationships. Another common misconception is that a woman's lack of desire signifies a personal flaw or a problem in the relationship. In truth, low libido can stem from stress, medical conditions, medication side effects, or emotional disconnect, not just disinterest in a partner. Society often stigmatizes women for expressing or lacking sexual desire, framing it as either too much or not enough. This double standard ignores the natural variability in desire across genders and life stages. Open, non-judgmental communication between partners is crucial to dispel these harmful myths. Finally, the idea that sexual desire should always be spontaneous and effortless is another misleading belief. In long-term relationships, desire often requires intentional cultivation. Partners may need to prioritize intimacy, explore new ways of connecting, and address underlying stressors. Debunking these myths helps couples approach desire with empathy and realism, fostering healthier and more satisfying relationships. Addressing misconceptions paves the way for greater understanding and mutual fulfillment. Harmonizing sexual desire between partners begins with open and honest communication. Many couples struggle with mismatched libidos, but discussing needs, preferences, and concerns without judgment can help bridge the gap. Creating a safe space for dialogue allows both partners to express their desires and frustrations without fear of criticism. Regular check-ins about sexual and emotional satisfaction can prevent resentment from building. It's also helpful to frame conversations around shared goals, such as deepening intimacy or enhancing mutual pleasure, rather than focusing on perceived shortcomings. Non-verbal communication, like physical affection outside of sexual contexts, can reinforce emotional bonds and reduce pressure around performance or frequency. Another practical approach is scheduling intimate time, which may sound unromantic, but can alleviate the stress of mismatched desires. Setting aside dedicated moments for connection, whether sexual or simply affectionate, helps prioritize intimacy in busy lives. This doesn't mean rigid planning, but rather creating opportunities for closeness without distractions. Couples can also explore shared interests, such as trying new activities together that foster emotional and physical connection. For example, dancing, massage, or even engaging in a hobby side by side can reignite sparks by strengthening the emotional foundation of the relationship. If challenges persist, seeking professional guidance can be invaluable. Sex therapists or relationship counselors provide tools to navigate differences in desire, addressing underlying emotional or psychological barriers. Therapy can also help unpack societal expectations or past experiences that may influence libido. Lifestyle adjustments, like managing stress, improving sleep, or incorporating exercise, can also positively impact sexual desire. By combining these strategies, couples can cultivate a more fulfilling and harmonious intimate life, where both partners feel valued and satisfied.